Good evening and welcome to Apex Esports League. I'm JT, bringing you the round 9 of the Pagnian Advanced Simulation Supercars Championship. And tonight's round sees us at Algarve International Circuit Moto. The session tonight has 10 minutes of practice, 10 minutes of qualifying, a 40-minute race, and then the weather conditions are overcast, time of day is noon. Well, the cars being capped at 47% fuel will mean they need to stop to be able to finish out the race as well. Our championship standings after the eighth round, Blake Warboys within a position to be able to secure the championship, just needing to be able to finish out a clean series. Otherwise, it could almost be a sit back and watch the series wrap up, as there's enough points gap now to be secured that champion. In the P2, we have Mick Clifton and Harry Dodds following closely behind in P3, so big opportunity for movement within those standings. Our results from last week for round 8 were at Mortiki East, and it was a clean sweep yet again by Blake Warboys, securing that pole position, the fastest lap of the race, and grabbing the race victory. And our series champion will be getting themselves courtesy of our partners at Next Level Racing, a Next Level Racing HF8 haptic gaming pad, a fantastic prize to be able to be winning for our series champion. And we'll look over at the track. I'm not going to get a track map, but track length is 4.43 kilometers, and it's going to be a very tough one for the drivers out there tonight. It's going to be very hard on those tyres. We'll see how they're going in the practice. We do have Ryan joining us tonight. Welcome back, Ryan.
Thank you very much. Good to be back. Sorry I missed the last couple of nights. It's just been a hectic couple of weeks. What's been happening?
Fair bit of exciting racing over the last couple of weeks. It's be good for you to be back in here to see it again tonight.
I don't believe it. No, I can't wait. It's always, these cars always turn on a good show, so I always love coming in on a Monday night and having a looky here.
Looks like we're about 20 loading in around at the moment. And some first timed laps coming through. And greetings, team heaped together. Melody AC on the stream as well. Thanks for joining us.
So we've got 5 laps on the board at the moment. We've got Blake Warboys leading the field. Oh, and we've got a spin too for Dave Simmons. So far, quickest time, first lap out, 1:43.2. Well, I expect to see that number come down super quick as the session goes on. Fast time at the moment is Greg Lenarchik with a 1:48.3. And that's still 6th. So, you never know with the track limits of this track. That might be the top 10 times. Oh no, we've got 2 more coming on now. 3. I'm going to stop calling that because I'm going to run out of breath with the amount of people about the right time, I think.
Starting to set them in now. We have Pacific Esports on the stream as well. Thanks for joining us.
G'day.
Arnold overshoots down through turn 1. It's a rather challenging track in the V8s as well. Lots of little crests that easily spool up the car.
Never actually driven it yet in the V8. I don't know if I've driven it at all, to be honest, but I'm just looking at the track map here. It definitely doesn't look very fun. I say fun. I'm sure these guys are probably enjoying it if they've got the groove in, but it's a very Phillip Island-esque look, isn't it?
It is.
A lot of super high-speed corners, so aero wash will probably be a bit of a factor. Got Nick Martin going for dives already. Someone tell him it's practice.
But AC saying it's not fun, and he said he's not feeling 100%, so he's not in tonight. Hopefully you feel better. And catch you next week. Always good to have a rest. We got a debut driver tonight as well, Zach Woodham. So welcome aboard. Starting in the league and also in the series. All the best of luck in your debut run.
How many people have we still got full time in the league for Supercars at the moment? Because we were having somewhere around, well, high 20s, nearly 30s at the start, weren't we?
Yeah, we were around the 30s. A good portion of it. Simo destroys the car right at the end of it before it kicks us over into qualifying.
What are your lap time predictions?
Not sure, probably 41 to 42. Could potentially be seeing.
Reckon we'll see anything in the 40s?
There is a possibility.
Very good, very good. Well, I'll hold you to it. But the Are You OK car coming side by side out of the pit lane, that's pretty cool. Racing for track position.
Already trying to scramble to get some spots on track. There shouldn't be too much traffic to get held up, but it's one of those tracks. There's a few corners that can really get you caught off guard on approach to some traffic where they're probably going to be going rather significantly different to your pace. And it's not going to be easy to try and get around. So I dare say we're going to see a fair bit of holding up just to try and get that track space.
Sure, trail braking would be king at this track, and if you haven't quite mastered trail braking, you're going to find it very difficult to get around. Even the guys you have, they're probably going to find it pretty difficult to get around. Looks like there's a lot of undulation too, so you're dropping into some corners where there's no weight on the car, so inside front locking is definitely going to be a big problem through here. As I'm sure our stream chat can confirm.
Yes. And they're about halfway through their outlaps at the moment.
Looks like Jamie Tung and Stephen Koenig haven't come out yet.
And they're currently stationary for Jamie Tung. They've been a bit of damage. You want to give us a call around on board with Blake Wallboys? He's about a quarter of the way to the end of the lap.
Righto, I'll find his name. There he is. Going to cockpit. There we go. Righto, I've just got to find where the start line is. Hang on. This looks like a really tricky corner. You've got to try and ease onto the throttle as quick as you can, but super lightly, so you can still keep grip on the front, but not go ploughing wide off the edge of the track deck. Looks like he's going to brake at the 150 board over the curb, turn it in, just miss the sausage, flow it back over to the stripe curbing, keep it in, jump straight on the brakes. I didn't even see where he started braking there. Keep it mid-track so you can get a decent turn in, flow it over the exit curbing, use heaps of track there. I'm sure that'd be a track limit ping for a lot of people this race. Turn in, try and get easy on the throttle, slide it out. He's not going over the exit curb there, he's keeping it tight. And on the left-hand side, ready to swap back over the right. Hit the inside, narrowly miss the sausage. Go over the exit curb, not hitting the sausage anywhere. And didn't go over the exit curb there either. That's interesting. Didn't take too much curbing on the inside or outside there. He keeps it sort of close to the right-hand side of the track, turns it in. It's a very similar corner to some of the corner that Coda that one. Again, keeps mid-track, turning it in, just touching the dribble strip on the inside and the outside, turn them back in, just missing the sausage again, not upsetting the car and getting on throttle as smoothly as he can. Just rolling through this corner by the sounds of it, and gently picking up the throttle again. Flying over the green, and lift, braking slightly, trumping back on the throttle slightly, and running to the edge of the track over the white line, taking it to pole position, hoping. He does. Have a look at that, 41.
Very nice time by Blakewell, boys. Pipping Mulford's first time by 1.5 seconds.
That's mega time.
Good lap to be on board for.
And he looked like he was on the limit there too, so that's going to be hard to beat. But maybe we won't see anything in the 40s.
Maybe not.
But you never know, there's still 5 minutes left of the quali session. He's got his banker lap in, so maybe that was just his banker lap. He's going to go all out this one.
That's it. We had a ping at the last moment last week. We could potentially see some improvement.
Seeing not many people in the pits, but a heap of people on another outlap.
There's a few that are out there, isn't there?
Got Mulford in the pits by the looks, as well as Jeff Arnold, Andy Rushworth. Mulford's out.
I wonder if there's a lot of laps that are not gone to plan for them and they're having to bring the car in. Or perhaps they're running very low fuel just to try and go for that blisteringly hot single lap and then bring it back in.
So far we got 16 times on the board. The quickest one we got's a 41.8. And then the slowest one we've got is a 52. No, a 2 minute 4 second point 5 by Jason Schooler. He's 17. So we got 17 times on the board now. Make that 18.
Getting some more times going up towards the front end as well. Visma's slotted into the second spot.
And he's only gone 4/10 quicker than Mulford, but still 1.2 seconds off Blake Warboy's time. That's mega. He's going to be tough to beat.
It's huge.
He should kind of walk away from them all, I reckon.
That's the kind of gap that we see when we see a race finished out. 20 to 30 seconds gap over position 2. When you're seeing a good second or so ahead on lap times and they can get it pretty consistently, they just drive away. Off for Cotterill.
It's all about getting the clear air too.
Yeah, sure is.
Once you're in the clear air, it's all, you can just keep to your rhythm. But if you're stuck behind someone, you're in a battle, it's just all over the shop. Especially in, I'll use off-road racing as an example. If you're doing off-road racing, you've always got someone attacking you going for a dive bomb because they know they're going to pull it off. Because they can just back it in and jump on the gas. They'll get grip and traction out of there. So unless you can get half a second gap over them, you're not going to be able to actually start getting into a rhythm and pulling away from them because they're always going to be on the attack. It's the exact same in these cars. If Warboys gets a pretty shocking start, he's going to be struggling for a while, I reckon, until he can take the spots back.
Yeah, you got to kind of get in the train at Algarve. It can be pretty high risk in those first few corners once they start getting a couple wide. I mean, it's got ample runoff area being a MotoGP layout, but still you're only going to have 17 incident points before you got that drive through, so you're going to have to use them sparingly, especially on a tough track like this.
Especially when tyre wear starts coming into it. Like you see all these guys sliding around just trying to get on the throttle lightly and still going too much after they're trying to get on the throttle for the last 15 seconds. imagine trying to stay in the track limits while also fighting for grip. It's not going to be easy for them at all tonight.
Definitely not. This track temperature is currently 36 degrees as well. So tyre wear is going to be a big part.
I think some of these guys are just doing skids for the sake of it now. No, they're just going around the corner sideways. It's fantastic car control. Like, it looks great. I don't know if it's intentional or if it's accidental, but it definitely looks intentional. So if they come on interview later, I'm sure they'll definitely say it's intentional.
Thanks for the follow, Hustle. That's qualifying complete, so now final laps. Blake Warboys not in the car at the moment. Holds pole of 1:41.883. That was the very first lap that Warboys set as well. So blisteringly quick, straight off the bat.
There's only actually a couple of people still out, and most of them are still on their out lap.
And Mulford tucking in behind Rushworth, trying to get the most out of this qualifying. He's only got to shave off a tenth and should be able to scrape in front of Visma. Oh, lost a little bit of rear slip. That's going to be costly.
He's back in it. He's sliding on the way into this corner too. I hope for his sake there's still going to be it's still going to be a pretty nice lap with how untidy it is, because it looks like he's really struggling there.
Coming up with 2 yellow sectors, so he's got a bit to make up. Then I'll overshoot there.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's a shame for him. He's still starting off P3, so all he needs to do is get a good start and defend like buggery, but
I just missed Simo's crash.
Easier said than done. There's definitely a wide spread of times across the field this week. It shows the challenging nature of this track.
It is. There's a fair bit spread across. It's been pretty tight for most of the series. It's been great to see, but yeah, it's one of these tracks that are very challenging. Panic practicing at pit entry. Got a few sitting in their stalls. We'll have to check out those qualifying results once everyone's readied up.
What was the other thing I was just wondering? I wonder how many people have actually practiced pit entry for this track. Because I know it was always a thing that I'd forget to do.
Yeah, it's easily done. Then time comes to bring it in, and you got to try and work out where it is. Just hope you can tuck in behind someone and wait, and then know where the marker is to be able to bring it up in time. There we go, we've got qualifying results now. We'll check those out. And qualifying for the Pagnian Advanced Simulation Supercars Championship, round 9 at Algarve. On pole position is Blake Warboys. And then we have, starting in P2, down through to P18 is then Anthony Visma, Tim Mulford, Mick Clifton, Robbie Bradbury, Blake Fitz, Nicholas Martin, Jamie Tung, Michael Schroeder, Jeff Arnold, Andrew Rushworth, Sam Tucker, Zach Woodham, Brad Hayes, Joel Farley, Ryan Bunt, Kurt Heath, and John Wade. And 19 through to 25 is Greg Lenarchik, Stephen Koenig, Matthew Few, Cooper Cotterill, Stephanie Piccoli, David Simmons, and Jason Schooler.
Just waiting for everyone to join in. We've still got 3 more left to grid up, and we're waiting for the flag marshal to... I just saw him scratch his chest in the tower just then. That's funny as.
I've not seen that before.
It's taking over. Look, it's leaning on the guardrail now, looking at everyone. Oh, there's a couple of flag marshals. Still waiting on 3. We'll get Andy Rushworth, Kurt Heath. Okay, no. Kurt Heath and Steve have just joined. We're just waiting on Rushworth now.
He's readied up.
Perfect. Getting ready. The start lights are on. Everyone's starting to raise their revs, letting the clutch out to the bide point. Ready to go. 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Yeah, we are.
Green, green, green.
Oh, a huge start.
Mulford looking to split.
We negotiate turn 1.
That's a slide. That's Visma.
Visma's off. Oh, and we.
Oh, is that Martin that's just gone off as well?
Car off too. Okay, not a very great start for these guys, but a lot of them are still intact. We got Visma, who's dropped 11 spots now, but he's come back on by the looks. Still going 2-3 wide through here. Oh, lock up for the 686. Spin around.
Oh, spin.
Who was that? I missed who that was. Was that Schroeder?
So they come back on. Yeah, Schroeder. Off in the gravel. Cold tyres, probably the problem. Warboys already pushing out 2 seconds on Mulford.
So not the bad start that Tim, we're waiting for Blake Warboys to get.
Clifton doing well, holding it. Clifton holding on to the tail of Mulford. Clifton will be looking for a pretty good opportunity to be able to push out the run in P2 in the series standings, as he's contesting with Harry Dodds. He's not present tonight by the looks of things.
It looks like Greg Lenarchik's had a bit of an off too. He's just dropped down a heap of spots again. Not again. He's just dropped down a heap of spots.
Thanks for the follow, Slender Man. He's got Simmons along. Some damage to Lenarchik's car. It's just dropping out on the racing line along pit straight. Aero definitely affecting it.
Bugger. Andy Rushworth making a move on Sam Tucker.
Yeah, going too wide down for the corner. Oh, Tucker fights to go for the inside line. Oh, slip, that's Hayes.
Right, Hayes.
Rear just slipped up.
Speaks for the challenge.
Arnold's gone off.
That was close. There's damage on that Pelican, the 412 of Jason Schooler. Front end's not looking very happy on either the right or left hand side. Oh, spin,
very
another
early
spin
to
around.
take some damage.
Greg Lenarchik's just gone around. I can't even watch the stream at the moment. There's so much going on.
There's a
People
lot
locking up
going
left,
on.
right and centre.
Door to door between Tongue and Rushworth. The inside line ends up catching Rushworth. Young Tongue pulls through. Oh, and Tucker's going to tuck in behind. Convenient wording use there, I suppose.
Pun intended.
Pacific eSports, no drop rounds for the series.
3.5 seconds already for Blake Warboys. Gap to Tim Mulford.
Brad Hayes trying to make up some positions. Just flying down pit straight. He's going to pass over John Wade. But, oh, Wade went for the inside, catch the curb.
Goes a bit wide. Doesn't still look like he was trying to get a bit of a run on him, just not quite quick enough.
Schooler does
pushed out.
Does have damage to that front right, doesn't he?
He does. He's going for a dive here though. He's still going all right.
Oh, and a lock of the spin for Wade.
Out.
A little bit of a tap. So pretty sure there was some contact there.
Yeah, 100% with Matthew Foe.
I think was that Fu then just slowing down for redress, I think?
I'm not sure, my camera cut away. Wasn't interested.
Bradbury and Visma sinks. Oh, a slide from Bradbury. Don't think there was a tap to the rear. I think that was just the tail overtaking the front.
Yeah, it didn't look like he downshifted very nicely there, did it?
No, a little bit of a lock probably. Look at this gap now on the race. We're only on lap 4 and just the start of lap 4. And he's pushed out 6 seconds.
That's massive.
And his best lap of the race is a 1:42.82. And then that lap just done was a 42.95. So pushing down some pretty quick times with a full load of fuel. Well, to the cap anyway. We've got numerous battles forming throughout the field. Pippa Cotterill and Joel Farley wrestling up to contest P12. That inside line gets Farley loose.
To go up to the front of the field might be huge, but everyone from, say, 5th downwards is all sort of doing the same time. It's still really tight for most of the people here. Jason Schooler up 10 spots. And Michael Schroeder and Jeff Arnold down 9.
Yeah, that's the biggest movement thing for Schooler. Pippa Cotterill not far off, 9 spots. Phil and Wade closing in. Rear slip over the crest in the Mustang with Wade. It looked like it followed suit for Fu as well.
Call it a bit of a sympathy slide. Well, it goes for a dive.
Hayes went for a move through turn 1.
Oh, huge dive.
It's not too bad of a corner to be able to go for some dives down through that turn 1 as well.
It's a pretty square corner, so it's not... It doesn't look like it's overly difficult. It's no high-speed corner. High-speed corners are really hard to make a dive in, but it's the slow-speed ones you can sort of make it stick after a big straight when the braking zone is really long.
And the exit curbing is pretty relaxed with the track limits. And if you do make a mistake, you just got that ample runoff area to be able to bring it back in and usually avoid the car if you did make the mistake. Farley closing in on Bunt now. That battle's still going on in the back. Too wide between Hayes and Farley. Not Farley, sorry. Hayes and Cotterill. Gonna look down, not up. Oh, a little bit of door-to-door. The tap close there really bogged him down, didn't it?
Oh, climbed the wheel.
Bang. Schooler looking to try and tuck through.
Not quite far enough up, but he's still there. He's waiting. He's being patient. Oh, he goes super wide. Hang on, that's not where
he's lost that. Oh, comes back across towards Schooler. That was close.
Oh my God.
They're fighting door to door here.
Does he know that he's got a car on his inside?
Tucks it in. Uses that run off.
Slow up to turn 1. Tell you what.
That's just an off track, so no slowdown request for a run off there.
Oh, that's awesome.
And if you got 17 incident points to burn before a dry fruit, you can probably afford to go for a few passes like that.
Yeah. Well, I talk about it all the time at tracks like Adelaide, where you get 3 chances of a curb hop before you get a bad sportsmanship flag. They say they always keep all of their points until right at the very end, where they can just drive straight across the curb so they can use it to their advantage and get a bit of a run on the guy in front. So it's exactly the same here. I know when we were racing skip arbors at Alton Park, not Oran Park, I was racing Blake and I had heaps of incident points up my sleeve, and I just gassed it up turn 1 because I knew I wouldn't get a blowdown from it, but I'd get off track, so I just kept going lap after lap.
Yeah, the times one to save a second is definitely worth it.
100% it is.
Fitz and Visma tucking in pretty tight.
I should advise, I'm not saying, as Cooper Cottrell goes off into the gravel, I'm not saying you should do that in an official session because you'll probably get banned.
Yes, for sure.
But in a league session, it's something different. When championships are involved. Not that I was in the running for the championship, I just wanted to win.
Visma goes to the inside. Pretty tricky one on the hairpin. Bradbury's going to have the advantage here up over the hill. And Visma gets the pass done in the exit. Oh, little deep, little deep. That's going to open door for Bradbury. Sorry, Fitz, not Bradbury. Wrong PER car. Bradbury's behind, trying to close in. Doing that again. Oh, he runs out. Ooh, lap traffic as well. I think I was straight into that Picoli's car. What a hard fight between these two. They're doing well here. Very different lines you can take at that corner. You can really line yourself up for a nice passing opportunity by taking an outer line, flow down into the hill.
The Formula One visit this track on their calendar, do you know?
I'm not sure.
Seems like a very Formula One-esque style track.
Probably do.
In saying that though, there's a lot of sausage curves, so probably not. Actually, thinking of that, this is a MotoGP track.
It is.
Sausage curbs on a MotoGP track is scary.
Yes, definitely. Nothing like throwing drive. Oh, there's a blink. Visma hasn't even come back. Oh, it's a disconnect. Visma disconnected right in front of Fitz.
Oh,
he rolled off the throttle thinking it was a blink, but then he's just dropped positions. He's gone. How unfortunate for Visma.
Oh, that sucks.
That's unfortunate too. Fitz was having a pretty good battle. It would have been a lot of fun out there.
Not just that, that hurts championship.
Yes, definitely.
Unless he's just gone for a real big blink. I haven't seen a notification come up saying disconnect, but
yeah, it says out
surely
at
it's
the moment.
coming if he's gone for that long.
Yeah, P20 currently now.
Yeah, he's definitely blurred on my leaderboard, so he's not showing up at all. But I'm holding out hope. I'm an optimist.
Hopefully can get it sorted and back in. A few little gaps starting to form up. We had a few pits a few laps ago, like Cotterill and Piccoli. So they may be within pit window, otherwise that stop's going to be hurting.
Unless they had mass damage. Yeah, I've just had the confirmation. Visma's gone due to packet loss.
Yeah, unfortunate. Arnold and Heath having a battle out for P16. Heath tucking in that slipstream. Oh. Tries to get that rear through. Broke on that curb, manages to keep the car going through the corner, but loses a spot to Heath. Bit of pressure there, I think. It's off for Bun.
He was just in the thick of the battle up ahead too. He might have been tagged.
Would have been a touch. Did look to have come up as some contact, I think. Some corners it'll say it's a crash without any contact. Tucker and Rushworth back at it again.
I don't think they've actually stopped, have they?
Don't think so.
Where are they sitting? 9th and 10th at the moment.
Let's make up a spot
Make
with
that
Clifton
turn,
coming
mate.
into the pits. That should be within pit window.
8th
We're
and off,
approaching the halfway point now. Warboys pushing out 13 seconds now. 10 laps in. Not even at the halfway point. Mulford's got 6 seconds over P3. In a very comfy spot.
Pretty mega. Just looking at the times, the best lap that Warboys did was a 1:42.8 on lap 2. No, it might have been lap 3, I think.
Yeah,
His
very
last
early
lap time
on.
was a 1:44.0, so tyre wear is massive at this track by the looks here. I'm not seeing
Yeah, it's-
anyone outside of Warboys in the 44s. Everyone's 45, 45, 46, 47.
Well, getting a little frame freezes. That's usually a sign that someone's joining in the session. It might be Visma coming back in.
I do like the little tells of your computer. Brad
Yeah.
Hayes just had a lock up. Looks like he's going to lose the spot. Nah, he hangs on. Defensive. Oh, I say that. School is going back down the inside, doing the switchback on him.
Fitz is into the pits. Bradbury was closing in on Fitz. Chooses to stay out. Nicholas Martin up in P4, trying to chase down Bradbury. And they're similar paces as well. And we're starting to see those little mistakes happen. And lots of little slips. Those tyres starting to get very loose.
Brad Hayes just narrowly avoided going into the fence then. Gassed it up, went proper sideways, like Summer Nats type sideways.
Let's catch it on the replay. Oh, big slide. Lock the brake, release the brake just enough to start turning it. Very nice avoidance.
We got people starting to come into the pits now. We got Dave Simmons in as well. Greg Lenarchik's on his
Woodward
outlap, so is Michael
goes for a
Schroeder.
dive on a
Pits.
switchback by Schooler. Nicely done. What a pass.
Huge lock-up on the way into there too.
Yeah, it definitely was. And it sort of just opened the door to be able to switch it back.
The good thing there's no flat spot on iRacing tyres yet. I think every single driver, except for probably Tim Mulford and Blake Warboys, would have big flat spots on their tyres if iRacing had that feature in.
I definitely would.
Did you see that iRacing are adding in gravel effects, so when you go off into the gravel and come back on the track, it's going to drag gravel onto the track?
Yep.
Yep. Didn't sound very impressed by that.
No, it's actually pretty good. I assume that's probably a lot to do with the developers they brought on to finish out the rain model. Because they were the Project Cars developers.
Yeah, right.
And they utilised that.
Go. That's pretty cool. And I'm sure you've found and also commented on stream about Gen 3 Supercars coming into iRacing next season.
Definitely.
I'm quite excited about that.
Not far away now.
So here's the big question. Next season, is there going to be another season of Supercars but in the Gen 3, or is it going to be GT3?
Neither.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
what is it?
completely neither. GR86s.
Oh, yeah.
That'll
be cool.
Good door banging series.
Yeah, 100%.
And then,
heaps of good battles.
then after that,
they're a little bit easier to drive.
Gen 3. It's going to be exciting.
I think I might have to sit out a season in the booth and do a season
drive
in
the
the Gen 3
car.
cars when they first come out. Depending on how they drive. If they're a shopping trolley, I might join you back in the box, but if they're actually fun...
Andrew Rushworth and Sam Tucker still at it here. A little bit of a,
having a contact for the final
a door hit as well. Bradbury's in the pits, as is Chung.
We've had hard to field going to the pits about now.
And the car's going to be getting pretty light at this point in the race. So they went out with the full fuel at 47%. This, maybe the next lap, would be all they're probably going to be getting out of it. And it's going to be very slippery. And especially if tyres are playing into it now as well. There's big risk here.
Yeah, you stay out. The undercut risk is, well, almost definite. Really, with the amount of pace that you'd get on fresh tyres. Like, most of these guys are going 3 seconds a lap slower than their quickest now.
Yeah, Mulford's last lap at 45.3. Warboy's
maybe 2 seconds.
43.9. Should see another one on the board now. That's 44.3, so the tyre fade, definitely a problem.
The likes of Blake Warboys wouldn't have to worry about that, because he's got a 19.7 second gap over the second place of Tim Mulford.
Yeah, you can afford to lose a second over each lap here.
And then Mulford's got 20 seconds over now Andrew Rushworth. That position's just changed again.
It was Blake Fitz.
As Sam Tucker dives into the pits.
Blake Fitz that was in P3 prior to coming in.
Copy. I missed that. Yeah, he came in on lap 11, didn't he?
Mick Clifton's up ahead. Clifton came in P9 though. So I'm not sure if that's going to be pushing it maybe a bit too much in this final stint. So otherwise, Clifton's the first of the front runners that's actually been in for a pit. Pitts is only a lap difference. And Clifton even going for the undercut with a very quick stop. 48.6 the time down pit lane. And Fitz was a 49.6.
I reckon that was a tough call by Clifton. He's going to really struggle come the end of that. I know it's 3 laps different, but the 3 laps actually make a difference. Especially on this track, by the looks. And
especially coming towards the end of your race as well. You got driver fatigue and slip, less tread.
Yeah, 100%. It'd be different at a track that's tight, like especially a street circuit where you can put on a proper defence and really protect your position, even if your tyres are starting to fade. But a track like this, it's so wide that you can carry different lines through, and even on great tyres, you can go side by side for 3 straight laps with the different lines that you can take to get speed through the corner. So it's maybe not.
Yeah,
I don't want to say the best of calls, because you've got to do something different to the guy in front, otherwise nothing's going to happen.
You got to take a risk on some strategy. This could definitely pay off if it's the case. He's definitely going to be pipping Andrew Rushworth. Warboys has been in and back out on track, maintains the lead. Clifton moves into P2. Mulford only just released. Only just getting into the exit lane now.
Jason Schooler up 16 spots.
Yeah, that's a big movement. Well done to Schooler. Oh, there's Clifton now in P2. 14 seconds away from Warboys. It's the big difference here for Clifton having hit lap 9 compared to Mulford behind. There's 6 seconds. However, he pit 5 laps later.
Oh, big slide. 025 car. That's Jamie Tongue. Backing it in like a drifter into the corners.
Got some solid gaps forming for them all now as well. So they're sort of just settled in a bit.
There's not a whole lot of people close together, are there? The closest people I'm sort of seeing is
closest
Joel
gap,
Farley
0.8.
and Jason Schooler.
Yeah, 0.8. It's quite... Oh, goalie.
That's just gone out
Move
now.
off the track. Bit of a tank slapper after the brake lock. Yeah, that gap's gone. 1 second now. Fitz and Bradbury just quickly closed in. Not sure if there was a little bit of an error for Fitz. Maybe he had to slow up a little bit. Maybe slowing down to try and work together here between the two for the team.
Tell you what, I know we were just talking about the gamble from me, Clifton not being the smartest idea, but he's got 4 seconds over Mulford, 4.8 seconds over Mulford, who was in P2 at the time.
That's it. Yeah, it's definitely
If he
worked
can
for
hang
an
on, that
undercut.
was a genius play.
Yeah, the only thing will be if those tyres start to completely lose it in those last few laps. And they're trying to push out tyres around 18 laps racing at this place last week. That was pretty sketchy.
I guess we'll just have to hope he can pull off a hell of a defence. The quickest time he sets 2/10 slower than the quickest time that Mulford set, and that's probably right at the start, I'd say. Can't see where that, where I might say that quickest time.
Oh, Warboys just set the fastest lap of 42.45. After being back out on fresh rubber. A bit of weight in the car. Starting to get those times back towards qualifying times.
Update on Mulford. He's 4.5 seconds behind Clifton now, so he's gained 3/10 in the last lap. As we're nearly 3/4 of the way through the race. We're 29 minutes down. Got just under 11 minutes to go.
There's a pretty good gap for Clifton if he can hold out for that last quarter of the race. Oh, crash for Tongue.
Tongue.
Jumped to the pits, so did the car. Must have gone off into the void.
That sucks. He's
Is
going
that a
pretty
blown
well,
engine, is it? I think it's a blown engine. Yeah.
Downshifting too quick.
No noise.
What's the front of his car look like, actually? The front of his car looks pretty smashed up. He might have done a radiator and just blown it over by overheating it.
Unlucky for Jamie Tongue.
Doesn't look too bad. Ah, that's a shame.
Yeah, it's the toe that hurts the most.
In this league, anyway, with the fast repairs, if you're doing any other official race, it's still the damage that hurts.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, when you have to tow in an official race, you're just like, stuff it, I'm just gonna do something else.
Yeah, that's it. When you get back and see 15-minute repair and it's only a 20-minute race, it's not much point to do it. Oh, Piccoli's just had the tow as well. Monarchic's just been lifted in the pits as well. I think has journeyed into the pits though.
I think the War Boys might have just had a blink.
Hopefully no disconnect.
He's still on.
Even
still
though
on
for his
the
championship it's not going to hurt anything, but... But all the drivers just turning laps is also increasing their chances to be able to have a crack at securing a lucky draw prize anyway. The War Boys is looking pretty good to get themselves become an owner of the HF8 gaming pad. Some more later pits. Fu coming in now.
It's now 3 seconds from Mulford to Clifton. 8 3/4 minutes left to go. I wonder if you can hold him out. We do actually have a bit of a battle pack starting to form again.
They are now. Tighten things up to round out the race. It would be nice. Fitz and Bradbury.
I really love that Joel Farley livery, the Russell Ingall tribute livery, the old
That is great.
Championship 21. I could be wrong about the Championship 21, but it was definitely a Russell Ingall one. I love the vision of him doing the burnout, hanging out the door when he won it.
Yes, it is a classic one. Sure, Schroeder's reeling in Farley at this point. Pretty similar for last laps.
Robbie Bradbury's closing up to Blake Fitz now too. He's 3/10 behind him.
Now, holding tight for a while, but starting to move in a bit more here. Bradbury gets alongside. Oh, squeeze him out nearly. Nice swap around. Wasn't going easy on her teammate.
It's a little bit like watching the Red Bulls race each other, these guys, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Goes for a dive. Oh, he's locked it though. Can he hold on? Oh, rear slip from both of them. It has that inside line. It's a little slippery along there when you're right on that curb at the lower pace. It's that little bit of torque and around she'll go. Oh no, and Steph's just been DQ'd from incident points. Lucky Steph.
Spilling. We'll have to get her into the commentary bot. Nah, she'll probably have a bit of language going on, I think, after that.
And Schroeder managed to get the pass done on Farley. And Farley's still fighting.
I think we've got a record. We've got 13 people watching the stream at the moment.
Oh, wicked.
And that's what happens when you show up on race, Steph said.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't take a few DQs from drivers to jump in the stream though. Otherwise it might get a little bit boring. Oh, yeah, Steph's going to jump in.
Yeah, bring her in. Let's do it.
If you're not mid-speak, I'll move you down into the channel now, Steph. Hey, Steph.
G'day.
Hello.
How you going?
A little bit unlucky.
Oh, look, that's just what happens when you show up and race.
That's why I'm in the commentary booth.
Look, I did offer JT some company before the race tonight.
She did.
I knew what
Well,
was
better
coming.
late than never, I suppose.
Oh, that's it. I knew what was coming. It's alright.
Yeah.
It's a tough combo, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely is. Oh, Tucker's just had a spin.
Yeah, anyone who regularly listens to me ramble on stream knows that my pet peeve is track limits, so I'm quite happy when I've got a concrete wall next to me and a track. I hate it when they've got runoff.
I don't know if you caught it before I had the DQ, but like before I actually hit the fence and put in the engine.
We saw you jump in the pits.
Yeah,
we saw you toe back.
Yeah, I blew the engine and
Spilling.
after hitting the wall, broke the front right, so I wasn't making that back to pits. It wasn't turning left.
Because I think Cooper Cottrell did the same while he blew his engine up. Was it Cottrell? No, I don't think it was.
I can't remember.
Who was it?
Actually, it might have been. I think it was Cotterell's car. Yeah. He's not in at the moment.
Maybe.
Fully good fun, right?
Oh yeah, it was on the
Yes.
same lap as you too.
Oh, it's good.
Oh, Wade just lost the rear. Doing battle with Kurt Heath again.
Yeah, the track temp's definitely making it slippery up
I don't even see where the track temp is. Hang on.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
37 now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they
Evening.
definitely wouldn't make it fun.
So, definitely makes it interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure. Makes the tyres wear out super quick. Which is my other pet peeve, supercars on soft tyres.
Bring the hard.
Slap them on hards. Throw a Hoosier on it.
Foley and School are still trying to run this in. Schroeder's starting to pull away from the two.
with 30 seconds left on the clock, Tim Mulford's 1.7 seconds behind Mick Clifton.
That's getting very close. That'll be white flag. Where is... Yeah, Warboys is halfway through a lap. So this is white flag already.
I'm curious, how many incident points does Blake Warboys have?
Not picking up any
Oh,
off
okay.
tracks.
Probably none.
Yeah. Not off track. Yeah, no, not off tracks.
He's
Yeah, here comes Mulford.
Actually, most
Look at
of
him
them.
charging. Eyes set on the tail of Clifton. Clifton's only going to hold out here with Harry Dodds away tonight. This is going to probably guarantee a P2 result for the series. So Clifton will be pushing very hard here.
It's down to 1.2.
There's checkered flag. Warboys takes the win. 27-second gap. Huge win.
Righto, Max Verstappen. Here's a fun fact for you. If Mick Clifton was driving an official session today, he'd be gaining 106 iRating.
That's a good jump. Here's the podium for Mick Clifton, P2. Those tyres held out. Very different pit strategy.
Definitely paid off.
And it did it for him. To undercut Mulford for P2. But Mulford still claims P3. Oh, look at this fight. There's contact between Fitz and Bradbury right at the checkered line. Oh, the sparks coming off the tail.
no team orders there.
No, definitely not. Almost destroyed Fitz.
Far out.
Yeah, no going easy on teammates, I guess, between them.
What do they always say? There's no I in team, but there is a me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's a destroyed car down the back there. I think that's School's car. There's a wheel rolling down pit straight.
Oh.
A bonnet flapping
that's
about.
not ideal.
That's Farley's
Wow.
bonnet. That's a Caltex. I think, is it? Wait,
Been a huge accident at the end.
hopefully it was after the line and
No, that's...
I don't get any data for crashes
I
at
don't know.
that
I saw
point.
it was a Commodore. That's about all.
Yep. Dead car.
Commodore with green wheels. Farley's got the Engle one, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's definitely
Oh,
not.
ever
That's
so slightly
Skiller.
contact between the two.
Right, to
before
finish.
the- Just at the line, yeah. Oof. Crunch.
Let's see.
Oh, sorry. My bad. I am a peanut. Farley made
Oh
contact
yeah,
with Skiller.
touch. Oh yeah, it's a big smash. I think he was maybe just in.
It's massive.
I think he stayed
didn't
in
get to the
front, so he
line
didn't
either.
lose the position. Yeah. No. Yeah. That's huge.
Oh, that sucks.
Very unlucky.
100 meters from the
So
finishing
close.
line.
It nearly
So
flipped
close
the
to the
car
end.
across the line. We'll take a look at these race results now. And we have our race results for round 9 of the Pagnian Advanced Simulation Supercars Championship at Algarve, and Blake Warboys takes the top of the podium with the race win. And then we have also on the podium in P2 Mick Clifton, and in P3 Tim Mulford. Then 4th through to 18th we have Robbie Bradbury, Nicholas Martin, Andrew Rushworth, Michael Schroeder, Joel Farley, Zach Woodham, Blake Fitz, Sam Tucker, Brad Hayes, Ryan Bunt, Jeff Arnold, Jason Schooler, Kurt Heath, John Wade, and Stephen Koenig in P18. Then 19 through to 25 we have Matthew Few, Jamie Tung, David Simmons, Greg Lenarchik, Cooper Cotterill, Stephanie Piccoli, and Anthony Visma. See if our drivers are going to jump over and have a chat with us as well. We've got Mick and Tim jumping on. Congratulations, guys.
Yeah.
P2, Mick, and no contesting from P3 in the Series Live, so that's going to be a big boost in points for the series.
Yeah, I hope so. I want that P2 in the series. I was willing to fight Tim for it, but yeah, good strategy.
Yeah, and talk us through that strategy. We were discussing it for a good while because you came in on lap 9, and then...
Yeah, I thought, well, I can fit enough fuel in just, so I might try it and see if I can hang on. That Tim was coming.
Yeah, that last lap he's closed in pretty quick.
Yeah, same
I say
happened to me
tyre
last
fade
night.
would have been a fair bit, wouldn't it?
Yeah, the tyres were gone. Yeah. It was very hard to drive at the end there. I was gone too.
Yeah, I was going to say, lasting out that long bit of driver fatigue and a light car, no rubber. Should have been a big gamble, but it paid off.
Yep, that's good stuff.
Yeah, well done.
I know Tim's in 4th in the championship, but I just wanted to beat him.
Well, you
Had that
managed
one
it.
more lap.
Yeah. Yeah, Blake Warboy's got me in another league. So on the second last corner or something, I locked up the rears. I didn't want to do that again. I was stressing out.
No, well done. Good run. And congrats, Tim.
Cheers, JT.
Yeah, cheers, man. I said I freaking wanted one more lap. I put in enough fuel. I thought it was gonna be one, so I'm blaming Blake for being too quick. He should have went slower those last few laps.
I was going to say,
But
yeah,
Mick
by the
did
time
well,
the
man.
timer came up, he was about half a lap away from it, so it wouldn't have taken much, and there would have been another lap in it.
Well, I put that extra lap in because I thought last time I tried that, I ended up being short of fuel, and I thought, so I'll put it in anyway. And then when I come out and I was like 7 seconds behind Mick, I thought, oh, I'm gonna have to get a move on here.
Yeah,
But
well,
he did
an
well.
extra second in the box for yourself, Tim, over mix time.
Yeah, I want
Yeah.
that fuel drop counted for Mick. Can we take that to Spirit Engineering? I'm gonna have to word to Laz, and you're gonna have to cut down his coaching sessions, I think.
Yeah.
No, it's good to see. Mick's speed's increased massively this season, and Blake sort of, he stepped it up a level this season. And he's well-deserved champion. But it's good to have some battles with Mick and Vismo when he doesn't disconnect, and a couple of other boys. It's good.
Yeah, I don't know what happened at the start there with Anthony. It's a bit spewing.
Yeah,
But
drop back
nah.
a bit.
I was just hoping he'd take points off Harry, but Harry wasn't here anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, it's a good jump for the standings with an absent driver that you're contesting, so
Yeah.
good time
Makes
to
me
pull
not
out.
feel so bad
pull
for
out the
missing
big
out on
card.
last week.
Yeah. Yeah, it was going to tighten things up for you too, Tim, with the missed round.
Yeah, with the missed round, I said a couple of, getting caught up in other people's incidents this season. The goal was to try and hold on to second spot and still maintain a clean penalty sheet for the second season. So it's going to be on with me and Mick, so we'll see how it goes.
It will. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll wrap it up very tight, so it'll be deciding between yous for the final round. And then Spa's not an easy one for it either, but it is going to be a lot of fun.
Well, it's
Yeah.
the new Spa, isn't it?
It is.
It's just good to be in the conversation with these fellas at the front now.
Yeah, you're making more of a turn coming up and having a chat now, Mick.
Yeah, I just got to last a bit longer in the races. I get a bit of fade. Getting a
Hats
bit
off to
old.
Mick. I do not like this track whatsoever. Well, I've never enjoyed this track, but that was actually real. That was really fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew you'd be coming. I thought, yeah, you'll love this. Hunt me
Backed off
down.
at the start a little bit, and you kept hanging on. I'm like, oh, here we go. It's on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done well.
That was an excellent race.
We're wondering for
Very
a good
happy.
while if that was going to fade out too much, so you held on to it, Mick, and Tim, you managed to start reeling those times in towards the end as well, so if there was that extra lap, it would have been a very tight lap between the two of you.
Yeah, it would have
Yeah.
been good, and that's good. Last season was good, and this season's gotten even more competitive now. And Blake stepped it up a bit, so hopefully the next time we do Supercars for season 3, it'll be another step up again.
Just in
Yeah.
time for Gen 3.
Yeah, it'll be in
Yeah, he
the
timed
new
it well.
toys. Look out.
Is that what's going to be
Yeah.
next? Are you going back to GT3 for a bit and then back to
Nah,
Supercars?
86 is the start us off for the year, and then into the Gen
Ooh.
3.
Ooh, that might be interesting. I might have to jump into that.
And then
Yeah.
you'll have me to battle with when the Gen 3s come around.
That's more my wheelhouse.
We'll see what they're like when we get in them and how
Funny.
good they are to set up and run.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Oh,
out.
they're probably going to be dogs.
I'm hoping it levels the playing field a bit, of setup wise.
Yeah, I think it will for a good while. So it'll, especially while they're getting the teething with the release of the cars, and it'll be very interesting.
I just hope they've got an option for hard tyres.
That would be
That
good.
could make it
Actually,
interesting.
that's something. I should say when you start Gen 3, can you limit the fuel usage? Can you limit the tyres to hards if they have an option?
Yeah, it would be an option, I would assume.
You can limit it to 1 set per race as well if you want to.
Mm.
Yeah, let's not go down that track while we're trying to get
No.
used to these cars, alright?
You know what would be cool? What would
And
be
not at
cool
this
if
track.
Go full hardcore.
It's going to be hard enough just getting used to them normally, and then, God forbid, if they
Yeah.
throw rain into the first series.
Oh yeah, that's going to be the big bit. Adding rain
Oh.
to these races will be great.
Yeah, but they'll have a locked diff, so it might be easier to control than what a GT car would be.
Could be.
We can only
Touch wood.
hope.
Yeah. I mean, well, what comes with a locked diff is also no ABS, so that's another challenge. The traction
Look,
control you can get
I'll be
around, you just
happy-
slide it through.
Just if they fix the netcode issues, and just when there is some of the contact, like the way some of the cars react, I'll be happy with that.
Yeah,
Apart
it's
from that,
huge. It would be good.
Like, tell you
That's it.
what,
Visma tagged the back of Blake, and Blake kept driving, and
Oh,
Visma
no.
spun around. I'm like, how does that even work?
I tell you what, I was
so that's what
racing the
caused
Gen
the
4
slide
Cup.
then? Just pure netcode then?
I don't know if it was netcode or not, but yeah, on my
Yeah.
screen, Visma sort of pit maneuvered Blake, but you got the reverse effect.
Yeah, it's uncanny, innit?
No, I gotta go, people.
Yep, no worries,
Thanks.
Mick. Congratulations. Did you want to
Apex.
do your
Good
shout
race,
out first,
Yeah.
Mick? Or?
Yeah. Thanks to Apex and UJT and Race Control and all the broadcast team, Abby Timber, Primal Wheels, Box and Lock Narang, Modern Deck, and just me team, and the coaching as well. I must say.
Yep.
Yeah,
It
we'll have to
has
tone
helped.
that down a bit.
Yeah.
Congrats, Mick.
Yeah.
Good luck next
Yeah,
week.
cheers. Yeah, thanks, JT. Yeah, congrats, Tim and Blake. Too good.
Cheers, mate.
And give the shout outs to you now, Tim.
As usual, hybrid racing simulations, Melbourne Hydrographics Depot, Prestige Cinematography, DHF Tyres, RSW Graphics, Aramex Australia in Headington, Victoria, and Phoenix Driver Development for all the setups and coaching, and Bubbles and Balloons, and we also proudly support ITP Australia, New Zealand as well.
Right,
And
thanks,
of course, you guys as well for putting it on, and all the guys that jump in and good hard clean racing. It's good.
Tim. Cheers. Thanks very much, Tim.
No worries,
Congratulations
boys. I'll
on your
see yous
results
next
and
week.
good luck with
Thanks,
the
mate.
finale.
Cheers, let's bring it on.
Will do.
Cheers, boys.
And thanks for jumping back in the booth after having a bit of absence too, Ryan. Good to have you aboard, and also Steph jumping in and making an appearance as well.
Thanks for having me, JT.
No worries.
yeah, thanks for having me too. Yeah, I do want to be in the booth as much as I miss it. I'm always annoyed with myself that I've missed it. Like the first week was just a muck around because my schedule's been thrown up in the wind with starting a new job. I used to work Monday to Friday, but now I'm casual, so I'm going all over the shop. And I just completely forgot my routine and didn't realise it was Monday. So that's the reason I missed the first one. But yeah,
No worries.
I was
Well,
kicking myself about last week.
hopefully we catch you for the final round next week. It'll be a big one.
Yep, I definitely plan to be here. Touch wood.
Excellent. Look forward to it. And then hopefully some better luck for you next week, Steph.
Hopefully, it's Spa should be interesting.
If not, disqualify yourself early and come and join us in the box again.
Hey, it's on the cards. It's on the cards.
Well, hopefully not, but you are welcome to jump in if it happens, Steph.
Cool. Thanks, JT.
All right. Thanks, guys.
No worries. Have a good one, eh?
Will do.
Yep, do.
There we have Ryan joining us in the booth after missing the last couple of rounds, and Steph making an appearance after suffering DQ in the race. And then big congratulations to our podium finishers, with Blake Warboys taking out the race win for round 9. And that's pretty much locked in championship pretty big now, as there was enough points to be able to finish out the series as the champions without having to need to turn up. So it was just clean rounds to be able to secure that. And a great race tonight has definitely guaranteed that. So big congratulations to Blake Warboys. And then also on the podium in P2, Mick Clifton, and in P3, Tim Mulford. And that ties up their points in the standings as well. So do check out our results and standings as they come out over the coming week as well. And we will be back again next week for the final round of the Pagnian Advanced Simulation Supercars Championship. That sees us at Spa-Francorchamps GP to finish out the fantastic series. And you don't want to be missing that one, as it's not only just the final round, it's the final for the Commodore as well, in that version of the Mustang, of course. But it will be the Ford Mustang and Chev Camaro that'll come in Gen 3. So it'll be a final send-off as the current gen for the Commodore. So do come in and cheer the guys on as they do that, as we will be encouraging our drivers to do some retro liveries to be able to do a send-off for the cars, and in particular the Commodore. So thanks very much for tuning in tonight, and then I hope to be able to see trackside next week. And then we also would like to thank our sponsors and partners: Pagnian Advanced Simulation, Next Level Racing, Dubby, Fanatic, Stump Grinding, Central Coast, Razor, and Chubby Buns Burgers. Once again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.